political and legal action in the Mysuru Urban Development Authority land allotment case involving Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in Karnataka seems to be getting only more intense by the day. The Karnataka High Court has stayed the Enforcement Directorate summons in the case to Chief Minister's wife B M Parvathi and the state's Urban Development Minister Byrathi Suresh. The ED, which is parallelly investigating the case that's already being investigated by the Karnataka Lokayukta, had sent summons to Siddaramaiah's wife B M Parvathi and the state's Urban Development Minister Byrathi Suresh to appear before it in Bengaluru tomorrow. Following this, both of them moved the Karnataka High Court. Earlier, the Karnataka High Court reserved its orders on a petition asking for a case to be handed over to the CBI. Remember, the case is being probed by the Karnataka Lokayukta, which has also submitted a status report to the High Court this morning. While the petitioners seeking a CBI probe claimed that the Lokayukta was under the control of the state government, the Chief Minister's Council made a counter-argument that the same logic can be applied to the CBI being under the control of the centre. The Congress has categorically alleged that the ED's actions in the case and the allegations themselves are completely politically motivated.
I'm telling you, any two institutions can't do it on the same issue. There are various judgments. In ನನ್ನ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ CBI ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, EDನೂ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಎರಡು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವು ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. This is our stand is very clear. This is all political witch hunting.
Well, so what's the political fallout as the MUDA case gets more intense? Is that ED action politically motivated or just part of a graft probe? Joining me this evening on this top political discussion, Bhavya Narasimhamurthy of the Congress, Bhaskar Rao of the BJP, also a former IPS officer, and senior journalist B.S. Arun. Bhavya, first to you. Irrespective of what the allegations are, the fact that there is multiple layers in this MUDA case is causing enormous pressure to the Congress. Is there a deep sense of nervousness as this case plays out on a day-on-day basis?
There's nothing sort of nervousness or anything because we already know why this particular case even came up, which is totally baseless, how the governor's position was compromised to, destabilize our government. And still we have complete trust in our legal system and we know justice will be served. And no matter how much they try, whether they bring ED, whether they bring IT, whether they bring CBI, they have been dragging this for the past almost 1 year. What has come out of it? Recently, the committee which was set up has given a clean sheet, but still they want to send ED summons to the Chief Minister's wife and create another, disturbance in the state. But the people of Karnataka have already understood the intentions that BJP has behind this kind of, dirty politics that they're playing. So I don't think it really matters to us. We trust the legal system.
It doesn't matter to you. You say you'll crack the legal system. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, as a former police officer and the BJP spokesperson, the question being raised here is why are multiple agencies probing the same case? And the insinuation is that the ED is acting on the behest of political vendetta.
The Lokayukta case investigation does not inspire any confidence among the people because the Lokayukta is intimidated by the Chief Minister. When the court had ordered a criminal case to be registered against Siddaramaiah and all his associates over there, a sitting Chief Minister so overconfident that he even did not bother to apply for anticipatory bail, and a person with a criminal case against him is roaming and ruling the state with such impunity. So that itself speaks that the Lokayukta is under his thumb and whatever happens in Lokayukta is at his behest only. So it doesn't inspire any kind of confidence. So in a way, I agree with Bhavna when she says that they are not going to be unnerved by either CBI or ED. Let the case be investigated by ED. That is second. Thirdly, when opposition came and people were crying foul, about the illegality by putting so many evidentiary facts before them. Siddaramaiah's family in great hurry returned the sites. If they had been innocent, there was no need to do all those things. They have gone on a defensive to prove that they have not done anything. But if they returned the sites, why did they do it if it was not legally given to them? So all these things merit that a CBI investigation should be carried out over here. And if a CBI investigation is so overawing to them, there is always a High Court, there is always a Supreme Court, and in Congress they have always taken recourse to them, and they have also got justice. D.K. Shivakumar also got justice. Earlier, when the case had gone to Devegowda's list, Devegowda also got justice. Everybody will get
Bhavya, respond to what Mr. Bhaskar Rao is saying. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, hold on for a second. Bhavya, please respond.
You know, I'm really surprised an ex-cop from Karnataka has distrust on Lokayukta. Sir, I'm really surprised. I understand you're from BJP, but you're an ex-cop from Karnataka. Anyways, keeping that aside, you spoke about being defensive and why they returned the whole site. The harassment that you BJP people from the center have, the way you people harassed the Chief Minister and his family. His wife wrote a letter mentioning the main reason why she's returning the sites. And if you don't trust Lokayukta, that doesn't mean you will send ED. Please give me the reason why ED is involved. What kind of money laundering has happened here that ED is involved here? There is no money. There is no exchange of money at all. This is an allotment of site and it has been returned.
Okay.
She has returned
Mr. Bhaskar Rao,
please, let
Mr. Bhaskar Rao respond. Bhavya, 1 minute. Let me get Mr. Bhaskar Rao to respond. Two questions. One, that question. The other is that the same insinuation that's being made about the Lokayukta, the counsel for the Chief Minister has argued before the High Court, can be made about the CBI as well, which is under the control of the central.
Which is under the center.
No, that is not an issue. It is only to escape. Nowhere any argument has been made. CBI is yours, Lokayukta is ours, etc. It is all a plea.
Then you just made the argument. You just gave that as an argument against Lokayukta.
Nobody, no Chief Minister, no state has said CBI is yours, and Lokayukta is yours. Nobody has made.
I think
see,
you
the
took
plain
the
fact
topic, sir.
that you closed down Valmiki case, you gave a clean sheet to criminals, you gave a clean sheet to others in all that. So you don't inspire any confidence at all over there. You are intimidating the Lokayukta. When the same sitting Chief Minister Yedurappa went to jail through a Lokayukta, there was an aggressive and strong Lokayukta in Justice Hegde over there. Now it is a very weak Lokayukta, and with 2.5 years to go, your Lokayukta officers will be absolutely blind with the Chief Minister. They have got nothing against Lokayukta. It is you who has made the Lokayukta very weak. Lokayukta is a strong organization, but in your hands it has become very weak and it has become very blind. That is the only answer.
Okay. Okay, you two.
Can I please respond?
I want to get the neutral observer as well into this.
Just
Mr.
one
B.S.
point. Just one
yeah,
point.
I'll come back to you, Bhavya, in 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead, quickly, very briefly.
Okay, so he was talking about Lokayukta and Santosh Hegde, sir. The same Santosh Hegde, sir, had termed the person who has complained against the Chief Minister directly to the governor as a blackmailer. Lokayukta had given the report against Kumar Swamy. Lokayukta has given a report against Shashikala Jolle, Janardhan Reddy to governor, but the governor doesn't give permission. He doesn't give permission. But the same person who has been called a blackmailer,
definitely got political connotations as well. How do you see this playing out as we see on the one hand a demand for the CBI probe, on the other hand you have the ED investigating this case, sending out summons. Remember, both the Chief Minister of Karnataka and the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, the two big power centers of the Congress, are facing cases and trouble with the Enforcement Directorate. Where does that leave us in terms of the political maneuvering in the state?
Yes, I'll just come to that. Today was an action-filled day in Bangalore, in both political and legal circles. There were 4 cases heard by the Karnataka High Court today. One was, of course, what you mentioned, the MUDA case, where a petition demanding the investigation by the CBI was heard and the order was resolved. Another case was, coming out of this ED summons to the Chief Minister's wife and minister. No, they were asked to summon. They were asked to appear before the ED tomorrow. Then these two went before the High Court, and the High Court has given an interim stay till the next hearing of February 10th. The third one was, before the Chief Justice, Justice Anjaria, and the Chief Minister had challenged the single bench order in dismissing his petition, and then the court gave time to the Chief Minister's advocate. And the fourth one was appealed by a landowner by name Devaraju, that he be made party in the case. So 4 cases before 2 benches, quite significant. And besides these, as you mentioned, the ED notice also was there, and Lokaयुcta submitting its probe report to the single judge in the High Court. So many actions, and because of the ED notice, there was some sort of tension possibly in the Chief Minister's inner circle, and then they decided to move the court. So looking into all this, Veera, then one gets a sense that there was some kind of sort of, I would say, embarrassment, but the sensitivity of the case has made it's a setback kind of thing for the Chief Minister, for the Congress Party, and for the government, because we don't know where the case will lead to, and what is happening in the tumultuous developments that were happening within the state Congress, whether the final judgment in this case would have an impact on all these three, the Congress Party, the state government, Siddaramaiah in particular, and even for D.K. Shivkumar, who is looking forward to become the Chief Minister of Karnataka within a year's time. So lots of important repercussions are likely to happen arising out of this MUDA case, Veera. So, Karnataka will have to move forward for these repercussions, the impact of this case on the political issues.
You're making a very important point. What the consequences are, that's really the question in terms of what the political consequences are at some level. But Mr. Bhaskar Rao, in terms of investigations per se, in a case of this nature, has this become extraordinarily political, where a fair probe seems to be the big question mark? I put this question to you not just as a BJP spokesperson, but as a respected former police officer, sir.
See, I'll tell you, 4 or 5 cases which were sent to CID, saying that CID is going to investigate. CID is still sleeping on that case over there. Now, it may be out of the subject, especially regarding the suicide case in this Valmiki case, or the PS to have Lakshmi Hebalkar, or the CID investigation in sub-inspector's death. You don't do justice in any of these cases because you say CID is independent, they will do investigation. But through the back door, you intimidate that organization because they are at your disposal. And similarly, Lokaयुcta also, police officers are belonging to the state of Karnataka. Only the Lokaयुcta is a retired High Court Chief Justice. And sometimes it also depends upon the personality of the Lokaयुcta. The present Lokaयुcta has not been confident enough to take the CM head on over there. So you cannot expect much justice. And moreover, when any central organization has done any investigation, you people have gone to the High Court or to Supreme Court and taken bail, and you have been given bail. So why is it that you are scared of a neutral investigation by CBI? When you are having a government in your center, you are also doing the CBI investigation. Let CBI investigate the case.
Bhavya, just respond. I give you the last word in this whole matter. How do we go about an investigation when everything becomes political about it?
I really don't know how to respond to this because he is literally doubting the integrity of Karnataka police.
Yeah, I'm doubting your integrity, madam. Integrity of your government.
How can you say the police will just compromise if a politician?
You have made them compromise. Madam, I know how the department works over there. You have made them compromise. You have weakened those organizations.
When you were a cop, did you compromise?
You have weakened that organization
Not
over
what
there.
you're saying.
You have threatened
That's
that
what you're saying.
organization, weakened that all.
Are you
See, I
saying
know it very
Karnataka
well. I've been
Congress
inside
doesn't
this
have
system.
I think-
because
And
we're
you
in the
have
system?
weakened
Not
that
acceptable.
organization.
No, I'm
That
sorry to-
organization is
Unacceptable.
only going
I'm
to
sorry
Not
to
at
both
all
Bhavya and
acceptable.
Mr. Bhaskara. Please
And they will
hold
do
your
everything
thoughts.
to protect the Chief Minister.
Not at
Please
all
hold your
acceptable.
thoughts. No, please hold your thoughts. I think we'll leave that conversation right there. This is a sharp political exchange that will play out. Often investigators are caught in the midst of this political exchange. The question is
Now
what
let's talk
perception
about-
eventually
yeah,
comes out.
yeah,
Thanks very
it
much,
was
B
my
S
turn.
Arun, for
It was
joining us
my
this
turn to
evening.